Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be providing a longer term market analysis update for Harmony One. We're going to talk about the most recent breakdown where Harmony One has come back below the support and lost that level right around 1.3 cents. We're going to cover some key levels to watch out for support further down from here. We're also going to talk about Harmony One's performance with respect to Bitcoin by looking at the 1 Bitcoin ratio and cover some areas of support to watch out for this as well, seeing as this has come back below a key level right around 90 Satoshis. So if you guys enjoy the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, by the way, I will leave a link to my Twitter page in the description below. Feel free to go ahead and check that out. I'm fairly active over there as well. So with Harmony One, I do want to start off here on the weekly and just sort of recap how we've lost this level of support right around 1.3 cents. This was a key level of resistance and a high back here in 2020. We had this big sharp rally off those March 2020 lows right up into that zone. And this acted as strong resistance back in 2020. From that point, Harmony One corrected by about 75% in just the following few months. And then we did see a small bounce off of that zone for a few weeks. From this point on the first retest on the week of November 7th, Harmony One rallied by about 20% off that zone, consolidated above this, and then eventually we did get that breakdown just a few weeks ago, and we're starting to see that fall through where we're closing candles back under this level for the first time since February of 2021. And if I zoom in here over to a daily chart, we can get a little bit better look of that breakdown where, we had multiple retests coming down to this level, acted as support for a few weeks, just coming back down. Eventually, we did get that breakdown right here about 1 week ago, and we've seen that follow through where from this zone of support, Harmony One has come back down to form a lower low by about 20%. So ultimately, I would expect maybe eventually a retest of this level, but continuation to the downside if we're flipping that into resistance. So just zooming out here as an illustration, that would look something like this, where maybe we get that bounce back up to that zone. And then if sellers start to supply at this zone, then I would look for a continuation of that downtrend and target this next level of support right around 0.76 cents. And if I go back over here to a weekly, that is the next major zone of support that we can look to, being the key resistance back here in 2019. That was the range high in this consolidation. We had several rejections off of this zone, and we saw how that was basically the high before this big March crash. So if we do see some more follow through and continuation on this breakdown, such as a retest and a flip into resistance, this is the next longer term target I would have for Harmony One, just because this is the next major zone of support further down from here that we can look to being key resistance back in 2019. So I also do want to talk about the 1 Bitcoin ratio, and this has seen a breakdown as well where we've lost the support right around 90 Satoshis. If I zoom in over here to a daily chart, you can see that breakdown quite clearly. We had that support hold on the lows from back here in July, and we had a pretty significant bounce off that zone. And from that point, we actually made it all the way back up to 140 Satoshis. So a pretty solid move and reaction. We came back down, retesting it, and then ultimately we flipped it into resistance at the beginning of December. And now we're seeing that continuation, that breakdown and the follow through. So when I switch back over here to a weekly, the next zone of support that we can look to is going to be this level right around 50 Satoshis. That was the support that held back here in November of 2019 after the continuation of that bear market. And we also saw how that was basically the pivot point from this February of 2021 move, where we came back down, found support off this zone, and then continued higher to form new all-time highs. So again, same pattern, same thing. If we have a move coming back up to flip this into resistance or move back up to the 10-week average, such as something like this, we could expect a retest of this zone in the coming months, just because that is the next major zone of support that we might expect buyers in demand to start to step into on the 1 Bitcoin ratio. So I hope you guys did enjoy the content and the analysis. By the way, make sure to check out my Twitter page. I will leave a link to that in the description below. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.